I'm a councillor appointed to our community board. I've also, for the last 6 years, been the chair of the community board's executive, which is the executive which covers all of New Zealand, all 106 community boards around New Zealand. And we try and do as much as we can to assist those boards. Yeah, it's the most vital thing that we have, really. Community boards are there, they're the tier of local government underneath the councils, but they don't have power, essentially. They can only make recommendations to their councils for actions to be taken. And around the country, community boards are in many forms, but the most successful community boards are those that have a really strong relationship, not only with councillors, but more importantly with council staff. And as I go around the country, I'm always saying to people, that's what you work on. You get that relationship. Once you have the relationship with the staff and with your councillors, then you can really make a difference in your communities. One of my major tips, for which I show my age, is don't send emails, have personal relationships, sit down and talk to people. And in that way, you build trust. Once you build trust, the community board joins hands with the staff, with the council, and you get very positive results. And as I go around the country, I see where that is not happening, the effectiveness of the community boards is reduced quite markedly. One of the major changes, I think, is going back once again to this question of trust. In community boards, there are so many different types in terms of their relationship. In some cases, they have large delegations, numerous delegations. Some other community boards have large amounts of money, which is a discretionary fund that they can spend. Others have absolutely none. My own community board, the Hastings Rural Community Board, has no discretionary funds, have no delegations, works under terms of reference. But since 1989, every recommendation that they have put to the council has been accepted. So success is not a matter of how much money you've got discretion over, how many delegations you've got, it's how you work with your council. There is one other thing I would like to add, and it is something which I think many community boards don't have enough of, don't do enough of, and that is make submissions when submissions are asked for. And I don't mean to be unkind, but I think a lot of it is they are not openly given the opportunity by their councils. Councils don't say to them, we'd like your submissions. But when they do make submissions, A, they feel wanted and needed, and because they're representing the absolute grassroots of their communities, they're bringing to council things which often, as people sort of, the councillors who are dealing with policy don't actually know. And that can be submissions on district plan reviews, it can be on annual plan, it can be on the 10-year, the long-term plan, to get in and tell the council by way of submission exactly what. It's their form of advocacy on things that really matter. And there are 2 or 3 councils around New Zealand now who have actually, community boards, around New Zealand, who have their own long-term plans. And I'm absolutely in favour of that, because what it means, they're working from a no surprises situation with their council. So if they can plan and their people, their community want something, they can say, look, we'll put it in this plan, 5 years out we need $5,000. The council can then plan for it, rather than at the last minute having a bright idea, coming to council and saying we need $5,000. Council's reaction is, sorry, it's not budgeted for. And then you get a breakdown in this relationship. So I'm an absolute advocate for not only council doing proper planning, but also community boards doing planning. first thing I'd say to them, you don't do it for the money. You do it to communicate, to provide that communication between the community at grassroots level and give them a voice. And you have to be dedicated to the task. Because it's a voluntary position, basically. And I don't think that's going to change. They get coffee money, if you take it over, in terms of the periods of time that they put in. And the dedication of our community members is quite extraordinary. And I think they're much more dedicated than many councillors are. And I've had 15 years as a councillor, so I've had time to compare. I get unbelievable satisfaction out of it from the people I meet with, because you're dealing with real people who really want to help their communities. And that is the satisfaction that I get from it. Because as you know, and you'll edit this out, I know, but as you know, I get nothing for 6 years of my time as chair of the community exec. And I don't want it. Unless you want to pay me.